What's up? What's up? What's up? Who wants to learn how to cut some meat, or who wants to watch me slap my meat? First thing on the cutting table this morning is tri-tip. We're going to be doing most of these into roasts. We'll do a couple into some steaks. Sorry about that. I am a meat department manager, so there's a chance that I will get interrupted. We'll hear that, get a phone call. Part of the job. Didn't know I am live over on the Red Play app, the YouTube. Let's go ahead and, if you'd like, I appreciate it. Go hit me with the subscribe and the follow button over there, and I slap my meat for you. All right, but let's get into it. This is a tri-tip roast. It's kind of got that L shape to it. L for all them people who don't like eating meat. L. These first couple are gonna have a little bit of discoloration. The meat bag was kind of right here towards the top. There's a little broken seal in it. So if you see me trimming a little extra, it's just because the meat had a little bit of air getting to it, so it made it age a little bit quicker. But the rest of the meat's fine. You cut off that stuff that was exposed to the air, and it's okay to sell. It might lose a day, but then it just gets reduced. So we're just gonna go ahead and trim up all this silver skin and this fat. Trying to get not into the meat. I like to come over here on this side right here. Been waiting for you live. Well, I'm live. I like to go ahead and take off this ugly piece of fat right here. I haven't seen you on my For You page in so long. Well, I've been going live the last like month and a half, somewhere in there. But once we get it all nice and trimmed up, looking nice and pretty, what do you think? That's a pretty roast, don't you say? Yo, what's up, Space Dragon and Miguel J. Powell? What is up over on the YouTube? What is up? We got 17 people here. Holy shit. This is a beef tri-tip roast. Got that one nice and trimmed up. So we're gonna go ahead and grab one of our trays. This is my 10P. Fits a tri-tip roast just perfectly. Get about, rip that soaker pad in half. Put 2 full soaker pads and a half of one in there. Since it's a roast, it's gonna create the meat juices a little bit. You get it nice and filled up in there. Jeremy, what is up? Oh my God, we got 23 people over on YouTube. This shit's kind of crazy. Richard, thanks for the follow. Tenderize it some more. I got some more that we can tenderize. Let's go ahead and slap these ones. So as you can see here, we got a little bit of discoloration because again, this bag had a broken seal on it. So anytime you see me kind of over trimming this roast, I'm just gonna be taking off this discolored meat, throwing it away. Pretty much looks like that was just it though. So go ahead and give a slappy slap. 35 people over here on the YouTube. Holy shit. I like how YouTube asks, is this intended for children? Definitely not. We got some language in here. We got some inappropriate jokes. Got me slapping my meat on over here. I see a man packing meat. I like this. So yeah, we got a tri-tip. On this backside, I like to take off this really thicker fat stuff. For the most part, all we really trim up is this front part. That's all we really do. Slap that meat. Hey, I'm doing stuff like this right now at my work. You're slapping your meat at work. What are you doing? That's some flimsy meat. I can show you some flimsy meat. Again, all we're really doing is we're just trimming up this front side. That's all I really ever do. There's this fat pocket here that when it gets super deep, I like to go ahead and take it out. It's just very unappealing to the customers. Skim the rest of that on out of there. And again, I like to take this piece off. Is that cow meat? Yes, this is a beef tri-tip. What kind of knife do I use? This is my 9-inch Knife Pro Cutlery knife, fillet knife. There's a link on it in my TikTok channel. It's right there up in my showcase. And then I also use a 12-inch Knife Pro Cutlery steak knife. Both of them are linked up in my TikTok showcase. I'm here for the jokes. Well, joke's on you, because the only thing here is a guy slapping his meat. Back working in the meat department? I am. I've been back here at this specific one for about a year. I'm just kind of shooting the shit and going back for it, going all in on this TikTok video. What do I do with the trimmings? The trimmings are going into this bucket right here. And then if I need to make ground beef at the end of the day or tomorrow morning, this gets made into 80-20 ground beef. I went ahead and made extra ground beef yesterday, hoping that I didn't have to do it today. Knew today was going to be kind of a slow day. That's why I'm kind of late a little live, trying to get my hours in today. So I figured I'd go live from now. Slap my meat. Jesus, thanks for the follow. I hadn't seen no videos. I've been posting a little bit of videos. There's days where I'm just like, I don't feel like shooting a video, and I still should just shoot a video, but I've also been, just finished moving into a new place at the beginning of the month. Slap my meat for that. This Woody Hernandez from Edna, Texas here. Well, hello. Tristan the Meat Man from Idaho here. Sorry, you might not be seeing something that I'm saying on this chat. You might not be see me saying something over here on this chat. Live over on YouTube over here. Live on TikTok over here. What's my thing? Slapping meat, it is definitely my thing. Is slapped with no gloves on? I haven't slapped any meat with no gloves on. And it wouldn't matter anyways, because I could be touching all this with my bare hands right now. I could be processing all this for my meat department counter. No gloves if I really wanted to. I just don't like my hands getting sticky. All this is raw. So when it is raw meat, not ready to eat, you can handle it with just your hands. It also makes it easier for me to just use gloves, and then when I need to touch my phone, just take my glove off. I do clean my phone before I go live, but it just helps. Drew Baby, Brittany, thanks for the follow. Again, if you ain't following here over on the YouTube, make sure you go follow the YouTube. I am also live there right now. What if you stole all my ribeyes? Well, you're gonna have to deal with security if you steal all the ribeyes. If you buy all the ribeyes, that is all the ribeyes until next week. I kind of oofed it and didn't order a new box yesterday, so all I got for this week for those meats is tri-tip. Why do people keep wanting to join? Requesting to join. We got New York, T-bone. I'll follow you wherever you go. Can't stop, won't stop. Well, that is meat slap worthy. I even got hit with some meat juice on my face, all over my arm. Did it for you, New York. Elizabeth, thanks for the follow. What knife set I recommend for cutting up elk? Well, I will recommend this Knife Pro Cutlery set. This 9-inch fillet knife is really good, and this 11-inch steak knife is also really fantastic as well. These hold an edge really, really well. These haven't been sharpened since the beginning of the year, mainly because I don't sharpen my knives. I normally send them out, but I haven't heard back from them. So the link is in my TikTok bio in my showcase. So if you're over here on YouTube, go check out my TikTok bio. Tristan the Meat Man on TikTok as well. And up in there in that showcase, I have this 9-inch fillet knife and this 11-inch steak knife from Knife Pro Cutlery over there in the showcase. Brooklyn in the house. I'm gonna be saving this roast for some steaks. This is a nice, really looking roast right here. I like using these bigger roasts for my steaks just because the bigger roasts tend to just sit in the counter just a little bit longer, but when I cut them into steaks, it helps me out a little bit. Turn off the multi-guest. Can I really turn that off? One second, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the multi-guest off. Settings. I don't know how to turn it off. There we go. I got it off. Added my car. Oh my God! You really added that to my car. Thank you. I appreciate that. I get a little bit of help on that, so I appreciate it. I think we got that multi-life turned off. If I've missed a gifter, I deeply apologize. I try my best to pay attention to the gifts. Second time ever running 2 chats at once, so it is a little bit hectic. 43 people on YouTube. Holy shit! That is meat slap worthy. If you ain't following on the YouTube, make sure you subscribe. I'll get it ordered soon. Hell yeah. This is also a nice looking tri-tip here. I think we got some fat hanging off the back here. When it's just hanging out like that, we definitely take it off. But you want to have a little bit of fat on this other side. Again, it's just this front side that we always trim up, even though it's just being trimmed up for steak, so you're not going to see it all whole. I don't like seeing the stringy stuff hanging off my steaks on my counter. I'm sure y'all don't want to see any of the stringy stuff hanging off your steak when you get it out of the package. Do I have picanha? I do. We will be getting to the picanha a little bit later, right on the top sirloin. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you tap that screen over on TikTok. Make sure you hit that follow button. If you want to show a little bit extra love, if you ain't subscribed on YouTube, make sure you go subscribe over there on that YouTube. We just use roasts for nothing else. My steaks and my roasts go back and forth. I can sell roasts really good one day and then I'll sell steaks really good the next. Like my roasts have actually been selling really good this last 2 weeks. I might actually just start ordering tri-tip in all the time if it keeps up. Instead of just when it's on sale. Same name on YouTube, yes. Links in my bio. Holy shit, 72 people over on the YouTube. Holy, this is actually fucking insane. That's some nice packed meat. How about some nice tenderized meat? Let's go ahead, get this trimmed up a little bit. That little fat piece that I'm telling you about right here, it's just this piece right here. Sometimes it goes a little deep into the meat. I like to just kind of shave it on out. I'll leave a little bit of it in there, but it's not just a big old thick piece of fat anymore. Take off the silver skin. And viola. We got 4 roasts for roasts, and then we got 2 roasts right here that we're going to go ahead and cut down into steaks. I love the tats. Hey, thank you, appreciate it. I'm working on my anime sleeve, and then this is like more of a family or more sentimental type of stuff over here. I'm going to switch it up to the 11-inch steak knife from Knife Pro Cutlery. When you're cutting, so this is the front piece, this is that back piece. So when you're cutting your tri-tip, that base of that L shape, that 90-degree corner right over here, that's where you start cutting your steaks. You're not going to start cutting it right here. You're going to start at a slant angle off of this. So what I mean by that is, I'm going to square off this piece right here. We squared it off. See that marbling in there? That lets you know you're running it. You're going to be cutting it against the grain, because as you can see, the grain doesn't run straight up and down. It's kind of diagonal. So you want to cut across that diagonal by going diagonal over it. So we'll just go ahead and start cutting our steaks. And once you get over to the side, you'll have a little piece you can use for some stew meat. And that's where you get your tri-tip steaks from. Look at that. Chicken wing. I don't do chicken in here. It's all pre-packaged. That's how I make my money on the chicken here. Chicken sells, but when you order it in fresh, to be packaged up yourself, you limit yourself to straight 6 to 7 days as soon as you open that package. I sell enough chicken over the week, but I'm not going to sell 7 packages or 10 to 14 packages in 3 days, and then I'm going to start reducing it, so then I start to lose money. When we have chicken on sale for like 99 cents, specifically 99 cents. Sorry, YouTube, I'll move on over here. I'll order a bunch of extra, and then I'll put it in the freezer. And then normally when it's just $1.49 on sale, I still order extra, but not as much extra. Again, look at that tri-tip. Ad Anime, hello, how's it going? Do I work for a meat market or a restaurant? I work in the meat department at a grocery store, a little local small town grocery store. I'm the meat department manager. I've been cutting meat for about, I'm 28, started when I was 21, about a year and a half off, so 21 plus a year, 22 and a half, 28 for, so like 6 years I've been cutting meat, 6.5 years I've been cutting meat. And love it, love every bit of it. So there's tri-tip steaks. Family pack package, it's about 4 steaks in a package. Why am I cutting tri-tips into strips for tri-tip steaks? Over here in Idaho and even in Nevada, we can cut up tri-tip into steaks for people who don't know how to barbecue roasts. You know, they don't have a barbecuer maybe, so they cook it on a pan inside their kitchen. $93 people over here on YouTube. Holy shit. And then for the small packages, this one will get 2 since they're a little bit bigger. And this one will get all 4 of these small ones. So I'll let y'all decide what we'll do next. I have 4 bags of eye of round for a couple of roasts and then steaks. Eye of round roasts and steaks. We got New York strip that we can do. We can do top sirloin. We're gonna be removing the picanha roast from the top sirloin. We'll get picanha cap steaks, top sirloin steaks. But we got this big ass bag of ball tip that we can do as well for petite sirloin steaks. Thank you for the roses. I meant to message you back, but I kind of went live, so sorry. Top sirloin, please. It's the first one that I saw, so let's do top sirloin. I'm at work too. I hope you have a good day at work. I've been in the butcher part of the supermarket and it's got a weird pungent smell. What's that from? From your meat department not cleaning up correctly. Itchy nose. She's sending more. Thanks for the finger hearts. I send you them back. Itchy nose. Have facial hair said. It's attractive, they said. Bullshit. Makes my face freaking itchy. It's what it does. Do I have I not? I'm at a small local meat department, local grocery store. Am I saying that the top sirloin, am I right saying that the top sirloin has picanha? Yes, this has the picanha cap on it. It's one of my favorite pieces of meat on a cow. 69 people over on YouTube. Appreciate everyone over there on the YouTube. Shelty with the sunglasses. Sorry I wasn't low enough for them to go on my face. Appreciate the sunglasses. When I get this meat out, I'll go ahead and slap it for you. How do I argue with vegans? I usually just make fun of them in TikTok videos. I need to recreate one. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Shit's fucking hilarious. I just have to go browse through my whole TikTok to find the sound in the video again, to recreate it. My favorite cut of meat is not a tri-tip. Sorry, just got done with the tri-tip. My favorite cut of meat is ribeye. What the baby penguin? Thank you so much. And again, for the glasses. Thank you so much. Am I married? No, I am divorced. I have 2 kids. My son turns 5 end of November, and my daughter turns 8 January 15th. All right, so for this top sirloin, Jimbo Slice, thanks for the follow. Hold on, I'll get back to the meat in just a second. What kind of knife do I use? This is my 9-inch Knife Pro Cutlery fillet knife. And then this is my 11-inch Knife Pro Cutlery steak knife. Both linked in my TikTok showcase right there at the top of my profile. Neither of these have been sharpened since the beginning of the year. Just starting to kind of get to that dull point, but we've got 10.5 months of not sharpening, just honing it on the steel. So it holds the edge up really well. Ali, again, thank you so much for the gifts. I really do appreciate it. Meat getting whooped. Fun fact, this is actually the ass end of a cow, so technically, slapping a cow's ass. Ali, thanks for the roses. Ruthless Cupcake, thanks for the heart meat. Both of you get some meat slaps. All right, so back onto the education side of this. So this piece right here, it kind of looks a little funky, I'm sure. It's very smooth, and this is where a bone used to rest against the meat. So when that cow was all moving along, you know, just trucking along. When that hip, I'm pretty sure it might be the hip. It could be a different bone, but when that cow's moving and shifting all that meat, that bone's rubbing, this creates it so it can just rub across it and not dig into the meat and hurt the cow and damage the meat. So it's a protective layer. So I've always been taught to cut it out. and throw it away. I've seen some people put it in their trim bucket. It's not good. It doesn't taste good. It's very chewy. Even if it does get ground down to basically not even in the same, it's not even gonna look like it is, have the same texture or anything. I wouldn't want to eat it, so I don't make my customers eat it. That's how I work. If I don't eat it, I don't make you guys eat it. What advice would I give someone turning 20 at the end of the month? Don't give a fuck what people think. If you want to do something, but you're scared someone's going to worry about but you're scared someone's going to think you're weird or something, who cares? Who cares what people think? I grew up constantly thinking what people thought. Broke up with girls because of what people thought. Don't care what people think. Jay Maitland, thanks for the follow. Live your life for yourself and not for others. Exactly. I live for my kids. People always say, I would die for my kids, but would you live? Would you live for your kids? You know what I mean? I live for my kids. Great advice. I appreciate that. Is this grass-fed? You know, it's CAB, so choice Angus beef. However they feed CAB beef, that's it. I'm pretty sure it's grass into grain-fed. I love watching what you do with my meat. Quit lying. You just love watching me slap my meat. You don't like watching me touch it or explain it. You like watching me just slap this big old piece of meat and just getting it tenderized for the next person who wants to put it in their mouth. Again, if you ain't following on the YouTube, make sure you go follow and subscribe over on the YouTube. I will be posting some different shorts than what I would do over here on TikTok. Holy shit! 115 people over on the YouTube. Holy shish kabib. I do want to say YouTube quality should be improving here soon. When I get my official address put into the post office and can receive packages, I should be getting a little microphone to plug into my phone so audio is a little bit better. So hopefully at one point we'll get there. We're slowly but surely making progress with better quality. I've already figured out to turn my phone sideways for YouTube videos. Beat his meat. People are picky, like the 1/4 inch cut better. People are definitely picky. Depending on where you're located, people will say, you're over trimming, or people will say you're not trimming enough. It's just how you can sell your meat to the customers. Like in Thailand, they got what they got, because they can sell it there. You can't sell that here if you go to Nevada or something, So meat's the same thing. You gotta sell it by your customer basis. Ali, thanks for the heart me's again. Appreciate it. Became the number 36 gift remembered me. Let's go. Okay, so we got all this prettied up for the most part. I was yapping there. I'm sorry about that. But we're going to be separating this picanha cap from this top sirloin. And the only thing keeping these two pieces of meat together is all this fat that I'm taking out right here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to basically just pull these two pieces of meat away from each other. If they don't want to pull it, kind of give it a little cut. Kind of help it start. And at some point, it should just open up. Now this piece over here on this side, this is one of my favorite roasts on a cow. I love doing me a tri-tip. Love doing me a chuck roast for some poor man's burnt ends. Fat's not wanting to communicate here, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut it off, and then we'll trim it up. Just trim it up. But this is our picanha cap. Brazilians love this meat. It's what they are known for. That was a crisp slap too. I wonder if people are out there ever walking around and they just randomly hear a like, I wonder what the he's doing back there. Get off work and now get off work cutting meat. Now I find you cutting meat. Hey, you ain't no meat cutter if you don't watch people meat cut, all right? I'm in Oklahoma. I wonder how much brisket is a pound. Brisket a pound here is right under $4 a pound, I'm pretty sure. I think it's like $3.50, somewhere in there. Where do I live? I live in great old Idaho, great old potato land. So in order to get this top sirloin ready to start cutting down into some steaks, we got to pretty it up. We're going to take off all this silver skin and this fat pretty much off the top of this. Anything that's super thick and fat, just like that, no meat on it, it's going to get thrown away. My ground beef that I make in this trim bucket that you see me put the meat trimmings down into, it's 80-20. So that's 80% meat, 20% fat. That's normally about the highest fat that you go. Sometimes you can find a place doing 73-27. But for the most part, any burger that you normally find, it's 80-20. When you get to that 93-7, so 93% meat, 7% fat, that's where you get your taco meat, your spaghetti meat, whatever that you're going to be doing on the pan in the kitchen. That's the type of meat that you want for that. But we got this all nice and trimmed up. It's all nice and pretty. Other than that end, that's the ugly end. That don't get made into a steak. Just slap that on out of there. We don't have a thing to render down the fat here for tallow. 143 people on YouTube. Holy shit. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're somehow tuning in late too, YouTube, as soon as I'm done, saves the video and uploads it as soon as I get home. So the quality is going to be a little bit iffy until I can figure out how to save my video from TikTok to post it here on YouTube. But if you've missed it, at the end of the day, this live will be available to watch on the YouTube. So the front end that I said was very ugly. That's the end that I'm going to go ahead and just cut off. Just a little bit thick cut steak. And we don't use this. We don't use this because, one, I'm pretty sure if any one of you grabbed a steak out, the side looks okay, but as soon as you took it out to season it and that's what you saw on that backside, I guarantee you every single one of you would be upset. So the only thing we do with this, if we can, we'll turn it into stew meat. If you can't turn it into stew meat, then it's going to get put into the trim bucket. That into the trim bucket. Now we're going to go ahead and start cutting our top sirloin steaks. Again, this was basically on the cow's ass. This is basically the cow's ass, so slapping the cow's ass. Chuck roast? No, this is a top sirloin roast. Chuck roasts are dramatically bigger. So we're going to go ahead, we don't cut these too thick. Or I don't cut them too thick anyways, because it's already kind of a big ass steak. You don't need a thick, big steak that's going to start costing a family a little bit of money. So we keep them about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. And I'll actually do 1 full steak and a 1/2 a steak in a family pack package. Jackson, thanks for the rose. I think someone else just sent a gift too and I missed it. Don't want to be doing that. How did you learn to cut the right meat? I had a really good boss. Eric, thanks for the follow. He's got done cutting a ton of top sirloin. It's not that bad. Do you have the ribs sitting around you somewhere? I don't. Jackson, thanks for the 6 roses. That's an inch. I know how you measure. I love center cut sirloin. They're pretty good. Jackson, thanks for the follow. Any A5 Wagyu? I unfortunately do not cut any Wagyu here. It's too expensive. Cut a lot of bone-in stuff. Not normally. I have T-bones, pork butt. I can do bone-in ribeye if I want. And bone-in pork chops. It's about the only thing bone-in that I cut on the saw. And I cut a T-bone and I cut a bunch of bone-in pork chops yesterday. Can I cut a New York strip? We can do that next. We'll do that New York strip right on next. And again, top sirloin steak. It's actually a pretty good steak, not too bad. What's the trim bucket for? It's for 80/20 ground beef. It's the only ground beef that I make with my trim. I don't cut enough beef in a day to try and accumulate 93.7, so I just order that in the 10-pound tubes, 60-pound box of 10-pound tubes. Are you meant to wear a beard net when handling food? Nope. Or yeah, when you get to a certain length, that's when the beard net comes in. I want to say it's like under, I don't know what the length is, but I know that I've talked to plenty of health department people and I've asked them the same question and they say as long as it's under a certain length, it's okay. And I've never been told that I need to shave by any of them. So around this length is what you need. There are days where I do get it a little long, but that's just me being lazy. I hate shaving, so. It can't be pullable, basically. I want to say it's like a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, some shit like that. Okay, so like I said, these are some big steaks. Top sirloin's kind of gone up in price. These are $8.99 a pound for CAB, so choice Angus beef. You put 2 of these steaks in a package and it shoots up to about $25, $26, $27, sometimes $30 if it's really big. So what I've come to do is I'll put 1 full steak in there and I'll cut another one in half. And then steak and a half for a family pack. And these tend to sell. I have a full beard, so it's mandatory for me. Yes, it will be mandatory for you because you have a full beard. It's kind of the same thing with hair. If you have a hat, depending on which company you work for, they'll take a hat over a hairnet because a hat's technically a hairnet. You know, it keeps your hair in place and not rattle around or anything. So a hat's a hairnet. At least how I've been explained it. So we'll go ahead and I think that's the bigger one. This is the bigger one. Cut this one in half. Do 1 more family pack. Am I a master butcher? Technically, I'm not a butcher. I'm just a meat department. I'm just a meat cutter. You can find some actual butchers, and if you try calling me a butcher, they'll have you hanging in their shop. He ain't no butcher. He doesn't break down whole cows. Okay. Okay. Still cutting meat, so I'm a meat cutter. And yes, that's really how the old guys are in this trade. You ain't no meat cutter. or you ain't no butcher, you just cut meat. Okay, okay. After we got all of that done, we're gonna move on to this cap that we pulled off the top part of that. Me and my roommate's beef. I don't have a roommate anymore, and yes, I mean, I wouldn't call it beef. He's just completely and utterly ignoring me because he's a coward of a man, but I'm all good. Still a job, it is still a job. And this is a job that I can pretty much go to any state, any country, and I'm pretty much solidified with a job. So I was gonna go ahead and start prettying up this picanha cat. If you're asking yourself what's a picanha, maybe you know it as the coulette or the rump cap. I like to call it the picanha because in Brazil, the Brazilians call it the picanha. And it's kind of like their special, it's like the dish that they are known for. And they do some fantastic stuff with this beef. I've never gone to Brazil, but there's a Brazilian steakhouse in Boise. And this is the beef that they use. They use some other beefs too, but you know when you get this one. And this is just, what they do with this is really good. Pays fairly well depending on years of experience. It only pays well, from my experience, if you're the meat department manager, if you're the meat shop owner, or you're the second or the assistant meat department manager. That's about the only time you can really make a good living wage out of here. You know, getting out of high school, you have a couple of roommates. You start as you can get into the meat department as a meat cutter, and if you start cutting fairly quick, you know, you could be making 13, 14, maybe 15 bucks an hour. But when you hit that manager title or assistant manager title, that's when you start hitting that 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 bucks an hour. I make 22 an hour. I will say I do make a little bit more than that. And that's all you're getting out of my hourly rate. $105 people over here on the YouTube still. You guys are going strong over there. I'm just gonna slap my meat for y'all just a little bit. Really, really appreciate it. Thick fucker. Not 26, I'm not that high. Last hit, I'm not that high. What, I mean? No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm at work. I've been here. Been here for 4 hours. Maybe. I need that knife. Well, yeah, good news is if you go into my TikTok profile, go all the way up to the top, there's a link called the Showcase. There's a 9-inch Knife Pro Cutlery fillet knife, an 11-inch Knife Pro Cutlery steak knife, waiting for you to just add it to the cart and order it. Free shipping. This knife hasn't been sharpened in 10 months. All I do is hit it on the steel. Thank you, brother. Of course, brother. I don't know if someone went to open my door and they saw me slapping my meat, but they changed their mind. If so. Sharp knife, very sharp knife. Okay, so the picanha kind of has that same shape as the tri-tip, not as depth of an L. I thought I turned this off. Sorry, I thought I turned off the thing, but I'm not going to worry about it. So I got something turned off. Jimmy G, Zaragoza, thanks for the follow. Is that a picanha? Yes, it's the picanha cap. Off that top sirloin. So when you go to cut this, a lot of people like to use this thick end and think that that's where you'd start cutting your steaks from. You are cutting with the grain at that point, and when you're cutting steaks, when you're cutting meat, you don't want to cut with the grain. You always want to cut against the grain. So if the grain is running this way, you want to cut going this way, not going this way. If the grain's running this way, you want to cut it this way, not going this way. If the grain's running this way, you want to cut it this way. So the grain does not run going that way. So then that leaves two other sides. We got this really, really long side. You don't want that skinny, you don't want steaks that skinny, trust me. So it just leaves one other side, and I like to call it the medium side because it's in size comparison. There's the thick side, there's a long skinny side, and then there's the medium side. That's where you start cutting your steaks from. We have to square it up here in the meat department because it's not a straight steak. If we just start cutting steaks, it's not going to be flat. So we use that for stew meat. That could go in my trim bucket. And we'll start cutting our steaks. So these are your picanha steaks, or your coulette steaks, or your rump cap steaks. Sorry YouTube. I'm new to this double streaming thing, okay? I have to use 2 different cameras and it doesn't really work back here. But that's what your picanha steak kind of looks like, or does look like. It kind of looks like almost a New York strip steak. I would take this over a New York steak 10 out of 10 times though. Do I still package the meat on live? Yes. I cut and I wrap my meat all on the same live. Now granted, you don't have to take meat wrapping tips from me because I do kind of have 2 kids. So, seal broke along the line somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. Both my kids were playing. I love my kids and both my kids were playing. Calls them cap steaks. Definitely will take it over a strip steak, 100%. What's inside the black bags? There's nothing inside these. There's just a little soaker. It's just a soaker pad. So I guess there is something inside it. It absorbs all that meat juice. A lot of people like to think it's BLOOD. I can say the word on YouTube. I can't say the word over here. TikTok has a kind of a cow over that stuff. A little hissy fit, if you like to say. But it's just meat juice. As meat ages, the protein inside the meat breaks down into this liquid. It's called myoglobin. Pretty sure it's myoglobin. It's not that BLOOD word. Exactly. You know, in my honest opinion, they should. I mean, I get it. I get why they have the T-bones and the New Yorks. The T-bone, aka in the porterhouse, is going to have that little piece of the fillet on it. They don't want to leave it on there so that they can sell fillet roasts or tenderloin roasts or tenderloin steaks. They got to take it off. But I don't understand how anyone would want to choose a New York over like a ribeye or something. I'm straight team ribeye. I will choose ribeye 10 out of 10 times. Someone asked for New York next, so let's play a little bit of guitar first. So this is our strip loin. That's where you get your New York strip steaks. At one point there's a bone laying across here. And then on the other side of that bone is that tenderloin. So that's where you get your T-bone or your porterhouse steaks, is when this is left whole and intact with the bone and that tenderloin on top of it. But they deboned it so that they could use that tenderloin as tenderloin roasts or steaks. So now we're left with a New York strip. Alex, thanks for the follow. If I've missed anyone's gifts, I deeply apologize. I appreciate everyone's gifts. Appreciate the new followers. To everyone who's been tapping and liking the live. 6.7 thousand likes. I'd like to see that get up to I'd like to see that boost up. I'd like to see that number just blow up so we can get a bunch more people in here. Get some vegans in here. We need to have like a meat army. I need to call y'all like the meat army. Like, we unite and fight off the vegans. Moozy, thanks for the follow. Got to get back to cutting meat myself. Well, make sure you keep all them digits. We haven't slapped this out of the bag yet, so might as well. So with the strip steak, we got this big old tail end of fat down here. I like to just cut this up, cut it off, trim it up a little bit, so I don't have to cut through every steak with all this fat on it. There is a little bit of meat in the fat. I'll go ahead and just cut that meat out of that fat, put it in a trim bucket. And then the rest of this can just go in the trim or the trash. And then a lot of the times they're deboning this. They leave these little itty bitty. I don't even know how it gets left on there. They're just these little pieces of bone. So before I even start trimming this up, I go through and I rub my hand across this belly of the meat. I rub my hand along this long piece of meat. Make sure there's nothing hard on this piece of meat. And if I do find anything hard on this piece of meat, I cut it out. Hey. Everyone, right here, Molly Haregi, author, creator. That is my mom. Kelsey, what is up? Molly Haregi, author, creator. So she's an author. Yes, correct. My mom is an author. Sorry for everyone over here on YouTube. My mom's over here on the TikTok, so got to give my mom a quick shout out. Bro fumbling. Well, yeah, my community is called the Meat Army. I'm gonna get that posted somewhere. We are called the Meat Army. All right. Came up with that. Tristan the Meat Man's community is called the Meat Army. Welcome. If you'd like to be part of the Meat Army, make sure you subscribe over on the YouTube or follow over here on the TikTok. Or if you'd like to be a lieutenant, make sure you follow on both. I get pretty decent signal in my meat room. But my mom is a book author of a vampire trilogy called Fated, a vampire trilogy. It's a great book. I know a lot of people, when they think of vampires, they think of these sparkly creatures because of Twilight. We ain't talking about no sparkly creatures, all right? This is a good twist. This is a good, different adaptation of vampires, and it's way better than a lot of the stuff that they've came out with anytime recently. It's available on Amazon, or you can also go to my mom's page right here, Faded, a Vampire Trilogy. It's on my mom's link tree on her TikTok. Once we get all this meat removed, once we get all these hard bones removed from this long piece of meat, after I rub my hand across it one more time, my hands, it's a big piece of meat, it needs 2 hands on it. We can go ahead and start trimming this up. So we're just gonna get right underneath this layer of this fat and this silver skin and just remove this thin layer. I'm a little nitpicky with stuff, so I have to go through and fix some things up. But that's what it should look like after it's all nice and trimmed up. That's a good looking loin right there. If I don't say so for myself, it's a nice, good looking piece of meat. Thomas, thanks for the follow. Kyle, what's so funny? Go ahead, take care of the hard bone. Definitely sub. Hey, thanks for the subscription. I really appreciate it. All right. I can kind of like, as you can see, there's this big old knob of fat right here. I'm not going to just cut through it all. It applies more pressure. I only have so many years I can use this arm. I'm not going to take a couple minutes out of each day by having to trim this up off of every steak, cut through it every steak. So I'm going to get right underneath it. Just cut it out. If I get any meat off this top, which I did, just cut it out. Put it in the trim bucket. Viola. I like to kind of go through it, find any of the ugly fat that I can kind of see with my eye, feel with my hands, and skim it on out of there. Because again, ugly, annoying fat's the shit that's annoying to take off. The fat that's just thick, easy. What do I do with the trimmings? All my trimmings are going in this bucket, and it gets made into 80-20 ground beef. That's some strip loin. This is indeed a strip loin, some New York steak. We're gonna go ahead and start cutting these though. Everyone cuts meat differently. I don't understand the people who flip it over and cut it this way. It's very weird to me, like foreign type of weird to me. I've always been shown fat end up and cut down. That's how I've always been shown. So tried it the other way and it felt weird. I felt like I was doing something wrong. So this is how I do it. Oddly satisfying to watch meat get cut, or are you just saying that because you find it very enjoyable to watch a guy slap his meat? So we get this wedge cut. As you can see, it's kind of like a door stopper, you know, to stop your door. It's thick up here and it gets a little bit skinnier. Sorry, people just want to join the live and ask me to slap my meat for them or something. I don't know. I'm at work though, so it's kind of hard to have people join into my live. So I just take off the meat off that wedge, use that for some stew meat. So we'll have some top sirloin and some New York strip steak meat and, excuse me, and that stew meat package. How long have I been a meat cutter? I've been doing this for about 6.5 years. It's got personality. I just got meat. It's a little cold back here too sometimes. I tend to make the nose run a little bit. I'm sorry. We ain't doing no booger sugar, I promise. We're gonna go ahead and start cutting these up in some steaks. I like to get these about an inch. Someone earlier said this was about an inch. I know what you measure with. You measure with the guy measurements. Butcher measurement, this is about an inch right here. And that's where you get your strip steak from. These are the ugly strip steaks in my opinion. They get better as more we go down the strip loin. In my opinion, the best looking steaks are within this area right here. And then you get into the vein steaks. About right here, they look a little bit funky, but they have a lot of meat to it. Everything over on this back end, it just looks funny. The guy's ruler. Exactly. But again, just look how nice and like smooth that just cuts. It's almost like it's a brand new knife, but it's not even close to being a brand new knife. This edge is 10 months old. Hasn't been sharpened in 10 months. So if you'd like to get yourself one of these, you can go ahead and go on over into the TikTok bio, click on that showcase, and there is an 11-inch Knife Pro cutlery steak knife ready for you to order it, as well as this 9-inch fillet knife as well. Both of these haven't been sharpened in 10 months. I normally send them out, that's why he's kind of lacking to get back to me, but I highly recommend these knives. Just immaculate cutting. A leaner or tastier cut than ribeye, picanha, top sirloin. If you can't find it, I guess you can go with a strip steak, one of these. But if you find that picanha cap off of a top sirloin, that's what I would recommend. So I'm just trimming up all these as I go through and cut them. It saves me time in the end from having to just go through and do it again. We got this one ugly piece that comes off of, that I trim something off in the front of every single one. Is this piece right here. I take this off of every single one of my steaks. Barely anything lost there. I throw it away. My chin's itching now, oh my God. And that's just super chewy. You know, you can cook it and it's not gonna render down like fat wood on a ribeye or a strip steak. It's just gonna be like gum. You're gonna be sitting there chewing on that for a while. Gaming! How's it going? Hope I didn't butcher that. Thanks for the share, thanks for the new follows, thanks for the gifts. If I've somehow missed any gift, there's a meat slap for you. Showing off my meat for you. And I appreciate any gift that's been sent to me. I am kind of working over here on 2 different platforms right now. I got the YouTube going, I got the TikTok going. Which is the crappiest cut? Crappiest cut in my opinion would be the eye around. It kind of looks like just like a willy though. I say it's the crappiest just because if you're a meat cutter or you're a butcher, we call it meat leather. It's not super tender, none of that. The only thing that eye rounds get used for are cube steaks, so it gets ran through a tenderizer. I use it for stew meat. I use it for stir fry. And you can thin slice it very thin, and you can actually use it for jerky too. But it's one of the crappier cuts in my opinion. Zach Ash, Heather Miss K, thanks for the follow. The best cut is going to be the ribeye. Hands down will be the ribeye. The ribeye has the shit, I can't even think of it anymore. What? Help me out. What's the cap on it? Brain farting. I am brain farting right now. Cooper, thanks for the heart me. Yeah, the spinalis dorsi. The ribeye has a spinalis dorsi cap on it, and that is the best, most tender piece of meat on a cow. I'll be right back. And then, of course, it's going to do the jigsaw puzzle over on TikTok. Got that handled. Oh my God, am I missing gifts over here? David Lewis. Thanks for the heart meat. Matthew Pruitt. Thanks for the rose. I got your meat slaps right here. Those are crisp. Those are some crisp slaps. Oh my God. Those are crisp. Ribeye versus tenderloin, ribeye all day. I personally think tenderloin's an overrated cut. I mean, I'm sure done up by like Gordon Ramsay or something like them. I'm sure it's fantastic. Nikki, thanks for the roses. Sure, it's fantastic, you know, but you just go into like a normal everyday restaurant, you're ordering filet mignon. Get the fuck out of here. Would give Ric Flair a run for his money. Nikki, thanks for the lightning bolts. Overrated and overpriced, exactly. If it was possible to like go on strike without me, you know, losing my job or type of thing, as like a nationwide protest for me, I would full on say go and do it. You know, no one's gonna buy meat for like a couple weeks or some type of shit. I feel like that would help get the meat prices down 100%. Because they're at this point, they're just like, I personally feel like at this point they're just like, let's just slowly keep jacking it up. Don't pay for it. What else are they gonna do? Starve? I fully believe that that's what they're doing. On top of increasing farmers' prices for everything, you know, like feed and everything. Mild Mike, thanks for the follow. Nice meat. See, I know y'all are just here. I know y'all are just here to watch me slap my meat. Then again, we get to the wedge cut. Not really anything much on this side to really save for stew meat, so I'll just put that in the trim bucket. Now I got a couple family pack ribeye packages out there. I got 5 T-bone packages, 5 small, so we'll do 1, 2, we'll do 3 family packs of New York. Skippy Riz steaks? No, I'm sorry. I don't have any Ohio steaks either. Or Skibbity toilets or whatever the other fucking shit is. Ayo! It's Rico! Nice looking strip steaks though. I'm sure there's a couple ladies and gentlemen that like to put that meat in their mouth. Garbage can full of trimming. So the garbage can is trash. That's just fat and like bone and tendons and stuff. Trimmings are going into this bucket right here. Did I somehow stop my... Okay, I thought I stopped the TikTok feed for it, and I didn't want to miss all your comments. Meat rare, please. Yes, 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 yes. So price per pound for New York right now. So for a family pack, so for 2 steaks or more, it's $13.99 a pound. For one of these individual steaks, it is $14.99 a pound. For ribeye, for 2 or more, it is $16.99 a pound. And then for individual, it is $17.99 a pound. T-bone I have on sale right now for, I think, $12.99 a pound for family pack and $13.99 for single pack. Is that double A? This is CAB, so Choice Angus Beef. This is the top of the choice spectrum from how I was explained. You have your, going up your grading scale, we're just going to do the three basics. We're going to do select, choice, and then prime. So select the choice, bottom of the barrel, bottom of the barrel. Choice to prime, what you normally find in your grocery stores. But CAB is this end of that choice spectrum up to the prime. So it's the topper end of the choice into the prime spectrum, while normally everywhere else has choice meat, it's anywhere in there. So I have that top end of that choice meat right underneath that prime. It's like, what do they say? 30% of the choice cows that come through the meat plant, I think is what it was, are CAB. They only pass the grading scale for like 30% of them, I think is what it was. We're gonna get into the ball tip. It's where you get your petite sirloin steaks. I don't deal with Wagyu, but I will tell you A5 Wagyu is gonna start running you probably about $150 a pound for a ribeye steak. And that might even be undercutting it. Someone's in here using my phone, so I'm just gonna shh really quick. This is your petite sirloin or your ball tip. We're just trimming it up. We're gonna make it look pretty. All right, sorry. My door leads outside my door is a hallway. You go down the hallway, it leads out to the back of the store. So when people are out back on their break and they get a phone call for their department or a question, I'm the closest phone, so they come to my department. But all we're doing is we're trimming up all this fat. We have this really ugly front piece up here. Take it on. We're just going to take this fat on out of here. Thanks for the post up there, Kelsey. Make sure you are tapping that screen and following if you like what you see. We'll even take another step farther, and you can go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube if you also like what you see. We get longer videos over on there. If you've somehow tuned in late to this live, it will be posted later today on the YouTube, so you can watch it all later. So this front end, I took this off because there's a big old fat deposit in here. There's not that much meat here. There's more fat than meat when you leave it whole. So I take the fat out, and then I use this meat throughout all these roasts to make stew meat. So a lot of the time that I am doing ball tips, I'm not having to pull out an eye around to do to make stew meat, because I get plenty of stew meat off of these roasts. I'll show you what I mean by a big old pocket of fat. I'll go ahead and cut off one of these steaks whole with that fat in it and show you just how ugly that front steak is. And the wife decided to go there the other day. Bad choice. They sold us rotten New York strips. We've had that happen more than once, so we've both decided not to shop there anymore. The owner did make it right. Gave us Angus beef ribeyes. They had really nice marbling. That just has to go with the meat cutter. You know, not every. I guarantee you. You know, you go to the NFL, you go to the NBA, you go to the police station, you go to. I would probably say the firefighters and ambulances probably have the better ones. But every job is going to have those people that they're just there to make their check. They don't care. They are just solely there to get their hours, to clock in and clock out. They don't care. They don't care if they're putting out bad meat in the counter. They don't care. They're just there for their paycheck. I care. I care. There isn't ever bad meat in my counter. If it starts to change color and I think it's too bad, I reduce it. And if I still think, you know, I'm not quite sure, there's still a couple days on it, but it does look the color looks a little weird, I open that package. I smell the meat. If it smells bad, I throw that bitch away. If it still smells good, I rewrap it. Don't give it the same amount of days. I usually put it for that day, put it over my reduced section, and then it sells. I care. But every job you go to, there are going to be people that ruin it for everyone else. Like where I grew up, or not grew up, but where I started cutting meat and Ridley's in Winnemucca. Ridley's in Winnemucca used to be fantastic when I was there, and the guy who taught me how to cut meat was there. Everyone loved it. That was the store to go to. People complain about Corey's meat being bad. He leaves, I leave, and then he leaves. We both come to Idaho. He actually worked for who I'm working for now, but he moved to Boise or somewhere down by Boise, so he's working for someone else now, but now everyone's preferring to go to Corey's instead of Ridley's because Ridley sells rotten meat. It's just all about who's back there, if they appreciate their job or not. What type of cut is this? This is our ball tip. It's where you get your petite sirloin steaks. If you're trying to have like 10, 15 friends come over and you want to cook steaks, 10 or 15 ribeyes, that's going to cost you a couple $100. Petite sirloin steaks are a good option to go. They're decently sized steaks. When they're on sale, they're like $5.99 a pound. So they're good steaks. But I'm going to show you what I mean by this big old fat pocket up here in this front end on these steaks. So if you were just to try and cut this into steaks and then try and sell this front one as a steak, you're having to deal with this big old piece of fat on your steak. And I can guarantee you there isn't one person in this chat that is going to want to say that is a great steak. I guarantee you every single one of you would have gotten upset if that was a steak and a meat package you bought. So knowing that I have to take that fat out, I just take it out when it's whole, because then I don't have to trim up like I am off of all these pieces. Milo, thanks for the follow. Want to know something funny? I have a cat named Milo. He's an orange scaredy cat. I call him my little lion because I feel like it gives him the confidence to quit being, it's not as big as scaredy cat. So I call him my little lion. And then when he's being a big scaredy cat, I call him my little gremlin because he kind of looks like a gremlin too. Do you know what chicken oysters are? No, I don't. Sorry. Love a man that cares about his meat. Hey, only good quality meat around here, both in the bedroom and in the meat counter. Where's a ball tip located on a cow? Shit. See, this is where we get into the not being a butcher. I don't know a whole breakdown. So when I do know where a piece of the cow is, it's more me doing the research on it myself. But I want to say it's located back here in this back leg section. Back leg quarter, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's kind of close to the tri-tip. Yeah, no, it is close to the tri-tip. The tri-tip's like right here, inside of the leg, down in the cow, in that back leg quarter. Tri-tip's a little bit higher up, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's the back leg quarter. I'm on barbecue ribs right now. Ribs sound good. Follow if you ain't following. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the YouTube too. Would much appreciated. Much love. Like I said, if we hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year on YouTube, doing a giveaway. I'm gonna have a shirt and probably a knife. Gonna be doing a giveaway for it. It is only gonna be U.S. based for the giveaway, so you got to be in the United States for the giveaway. But if somehow someone from like Canada or Mexico or something wins, I'll figure out something. I can figure something out, I'm sure. Cash out you like $10 or something. Yeah, giveaway once we reach 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube. And if we somehow hit 5,000 by the end of the year, I'll fully shave. I'll go full shave beginning of the year. First of the year, I'll go full shave. I haven't had a goatee and a mustache. I haven't had not had one since high school. Look really weird. So if you ain't following and subscribe to the YouTube. E-transfers. You guys don't have Cash App up there? Learn something new every day. I do need to go to Canada. I feel like that is a place I do need to go. Oh, Canada! Do I make some fire food though? I do. I'm actually really good on my Pit Boss pellet smoker. I think everyone who's ever put my meat in their mouth can vouch for that one right there. I smoked 100 pounds of tri-tip for my sister's wedding this summer. 100 pounds of smoked tri-tip. Did I miss a gift? I did. Uncle Dave! Uncle Dave! Thanks for the heart, me. I'll slap my meat for you. Appreciate it. $5K? No. Well, I would do 7.5. 7.5. And I'll go bald. 7,500 subscribers on the YouTube and I'll go bald. And that's during snowboarding season. So I'm like I want the 7,500, but I kind of don't want it because it's snowboarding season. Marissa, thanks for the heart pops. Debbie, thanks for the rose. I got meat juice in my eye. Is this how she feels? Wait. There you go. I got meat juice in my eye. Kelsey, it's always you laughing at the inappropriate jokes. Paula, thanks for the pumpkin. Debbie, thanks for the heart meat. It's almost she's like, no, I'm not gonna pick on you. I won't pick on you, Kelsey. I love you. Abby, thanks for the heart meat. Oh, what did he say? Scott, thanks for the follow. So again, this is the ball tip. It's where you get your petite sirloin steaks. If you're going to have a bunch of friends over, this is a good steak package to get. It's not too expensive. You can get like 20 of these steaks for easily like $60 probably. Maybe even cheaper than that. It wouldn't be fun without them. So we're just here for the inappropriate jokes and the meat slap. I feel like there's a website for that. Trimming it all up though, we're getting these ready to cut down all into steaks. As a meat cutter, you don't want to just do a bunch of small, like, you want to be productive with your time. So like, yeah, I'm kind of goofing off and I'm doing this and that. But at the same time, if I was trimming it up and then cutting in the steaks, trimming it up and cutting in the steaks, it feels slower than trimming them all up and then cutting them all into steaks. So you want to find that way to be productive without being slow. You know what I mean? And this is all I had to do today. This is literally, I'm not making any ground beef. I cut all my pork yesterday. I hopped on the saw yesterday. This is specifically all I had to do today, which is go live, slap my meat, talk shit, make inappropriate jokes. I got some ribs cooking in the crock pot for 8 hours. Hell yeah! Question, do you remember Yankee with no brim, brim with no Yankee? I have no clue. Did y'all notice the green screen kit at the bottom screen behind the heart icon? I have no clue what this guy's talking about either. Last roast. And then we got 4 bags of Ivran. We're gonna do a couple roasts and then a bunch of steaks. And then we're gonna go and wrap all this meat. I know. Who likes wrapping their meat? It's gotta be done though. You can't put raw meat out on the counter. Not talking about that kind of raw meat. Like, come on, get your head out of the gutter. Get it out of the gutter. Brim, Yankee brim. I'm not a Yankee person. I'm a Dodger fan. Only history I can tell you about the Yankees is it had Babe Ruth. Every time I get in here, you're either rapping or slapping. Well, yeah. It's what people want to see. They're either here to watch me slap my meat or rap my meat or talk about my meat. How's it going, Antonio? Show. That dude's an animal. So it's like you almost forget that he's a pitcher. Dude's a pitcher as well, and he's the first person to ever do a 50-50. And he's not even pitching this year. Next year, he's going to be an absolute unit. I've wrestled before. Basketball's my favorite sport, so Boston Celtics all the way. My teams are literally in a different city across the United States. I'm a Dodger fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. And I'm a diehard Boston Celtic fan. Diehard. So much Boston stuff. Hell yeah. I actually have never gone to a MLB game, Antonio. I've gone to the minor league game, the one like the Boise Hawks for the minor league of the Cubs. It's about the only baseball I've gone and seen. Mets, come on! Dodgers are 100% taking this year's championship. They are getting that ring. They're getting everything. What's up, Eric? Cow, yes, this is Cow. These are ball tips, which we're cutting down into our petite sirloin steaks right now. Again, if you ain't subscribed on the YouTube, make sure you go follow and subscribe over on the YouTube because I'm also live over there right now. I post longer videos over on the YouTube, and then my shorts are a little bit different as well. Some will be the same, but I'm trying to have a little bit more freedom over here on the YouTube. Nope. Yup. Go birds, go birds. Not having a hot year this year, but I believe we'll fly, Eagles fly. As well as if you need a knife, if you need one of these knives right here, you just need a knife. Go into my TikTok profile, go up to the top into the showcase, find both of these available. Donnie Moore, thanks for the rose. We got this 11-inch Knife Pro steak knife, Knife Pro cutlery steak knife. We got this 9-inch Knife Pro cutlery fillet knife. You can order one, or you can order both. Either way, you get free shipping. I highly recommend them. These knives have not been sharpened since the beginning of the year, and these are still sharp. Only thing that I have done my daughter's loving this live. Hi! Let's do this every day. Multiple times a day. How many people do you know that could do this without actually looking at it? I can. That's all I do though. It's the only thing I've done, and this keeps my edge looking sheesh, nice and sharp. How thick am I cutting these? I cut these about an inch thick. If I get some like really big ones, because some of these roasts they can come in massive. I'll cut them about 3/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, just because then I can only get 3 steaks in a package when they're really big, and when they're already really big, you don't need them super thick. I know she likes them thick. Sometimes cost too much. Do you cut chicharron? Is that chicken? Because no, I don't do chicken. About 4 of these in a package when they're small enough. Fills it all up. Show y'all what a ball tip steak looks like. This is your ball tip petite sirloin steak. Like I said, if you're trying to have a barbecue, have 15, 20 friends over, y'all want to eat some steaks, but you don't want to go 15, 20 ribeyes. That's going to cost you. It's going to cost you your left nut. I'm not even going to lie. But these are a good affordable steak. When they're on sale, you could probably get a package of these for $5.99 a pound. $5.99 a pound for some beef when these are on sale. It's a fantastic deal. What am I cutting? These are petite sirloin steaks out of a ball tip roast. $4 a package. Then we're gonna go in some Ive round. Chicharron. My kids are part Hispanic. I'm whiter than shit. Or whiter than rice. Sorry, shit isn't white unless it's old, dried up dog shit. I'm whiter than rice. Like, come on. I'm Basque. I have a little bit of Basque in me. I'm white. I can dance and I can prove I am white. You don't want me to dance. I can bass dance. I got some, you know, rhythm and bass dancing, but you want to see me dance to some hip hop? You can pinpoint that white guy 5 miles away. Thought on pork being a dirty animal. Pigs actually are one of the cleanest creatures. Actually, pigs get their dirty name because they have to roll around in mud, but they don't sweat. So the only way that they can cool off is by rolling around in mud. So they get the bad rep for being dirty animals. Yeah, they eat trash and shit, you know, but like goats eat trash. Basque? Yeah, I am Basque. I've Basque danced. My mom was actually my teacher. I've danced in Hayaldi in Boise. They have it every 4 years. I think the next one's 2025. I've danced in that. I'm more of a beef guy. From Spain? Yeah, like the Basque from Spain. I'm not from Spain. I have family down in Mom, are you here? Is it Bilbao, Spain? Almost done here. Gonna trim up these ends for stew meat. Polar bear meat. I'm not sure if I would actually eat polar bear meat. I know that they're kind of endangered, so like, I mean, I'd maybe try it. Let's say I tried it, but I don't know if you'd see me going and trying to order that or hunt it. I have a little bit of respect for the endangered community. I think I've had grizzly bear though. Grizzly bear or black bear, and it was very juicy. Very, very, very juicy. Zermudas Hericati. I have no clue what you said. What you say? Bilbao. Yes, Bilbao. Sorry. Bilbao. Good cut of beef people sleep on, the picanha cap. Off of the top sirloin. Not a lot of people really know about it. It's very juicy, very tender. Thanks for tuning in, Christine. Still going strong over on the YouTube, 88 people. Wow. Y'all are, I appreciate every single one of you. I wasn't feeling the best this morning, but I started feeling a little bit better. Wasn't sure if I was going to go live, but I was like, no. There are people that literally wait for Wednesday. I gotta do it. So I did it. All right, now we got 4 of these. 4 of these beef, big old wiener looking things. Called live rounds. Thanks for the pin, Kelsey. Am I the only butcher that comes home from work to watch other people cut? No, just me. Um, if I come across one, I usually watch it, but I'm not gonna lie, they're usually kind of boring. No meat slapping, no inappropriate jokes. Just head down cutting, which I fully understand the head down cutting thing, you know. But like, be entertaining. 4 wieners, yeah, I've never seen 4 wieners before. Wait a minute. You're the only one to watch. No cheating here. I appreciate you, Kelsey. Greg, thanks for the follow on the YouTube. I appreciate it. Again, if we get up to 1,000 by the end of the year, I'm gonna be trying. I got a shirt. I got a knife. Someone's name on it. You know, kind of like this corn song. I got a bullet with the name on it. I got a shirt and a knife with the name on it. Doesn't really work, sorry. I'm fucking stupid sometimes. Don't mind me. Where's sister go? I don't know. Rick, thanks for the follow. Miss Princess Kai? Hello. I don't have a thing back here to boil it down to make beef stock or anything with. I'm just a small little local grocery store meat department. It's not something I've ever been shown or trained or explained to do. I feel like this would be a good one for a roast though, so we're gonna go ahead and just cut it in half. Voila, 1 wiener's become 2. Little drum. Haven't seen you on my For You page for ages. Hope all is well. I hope all is well with you. Some good meat. This is good for if you want to make some jerky with it. You can thin slice this eye round for jerky. You can also tenderize it through a tenderizer for some chicken fried steak, some beef cube steaks. Or you can stew meat it up and stir fry it up. People kind of yell at me for saying stir fry, but like, it's a thin cut of meat. It's going to render down and tenderize. Come on. Quit yelling at me like your mama did to you. No need. Debbie Ward, thanks for the follow on the YouTube. I really appreciate it. And if we can somehow get 7,500 subscribers by the end of the year, I will go bald. Never seen myself bald, never once thought about going bald, but I will give an incentive out. 7,500 subscribers on the YouTube, I will go bald. In the middle of winter time, snowboarding season. So that's not an incentive to watch me slap my meat. I don't know what is. Can I make tallow from the fat? I think I can. I just don't I don't know the process. I know you need cheesecloth and you gotta boil it. Cook it in the oven or some shit. My mustache is driving me absolutely crazy today. I might just shave it when I get home. Might be looking like some weirdo tomorrow. Do not. Cutting meat is making me go bald. I get that. Some stressful people out on that counter. Hey, look at this meat. Oh, I'm gonna walk 2 feet and throw it down in the chicken. I think this beef needs to be in the chicken section. Oh, look at this package of ground beef. Let's poke some holes in it. Hey kids, go poke some holes in it. He gets paid to rewrap it. It's job security. I did trim it yesterday. I went a little more in on my sides. So there's like hair not in places where there's normally hair holding hair down. So now there's hair like hitting the bottom of my nose. It's driving me fucking crazy. Keep the stash, cut the beard, no. My goatee is my main thing. I love my goatee more than I love my mustache. Imagine aliens cutting you like this. I mean, I don't think we would taste that good. With all this shit that we put into our bodies, all those chemicals and red dyes and blue dyes, and I bet they treat us like we treat like Brussels sprouts or something. I bet there might be a select few that think it might be, but I bet the majority of them are like, you're fucking weird if you think that tastes good. Good looking all around meat slapper. Hey, I've been told I should go to a different side. You know what I mean? Don't skip. Never been told to go to another side. I'm whiter than rice. I would blind anyone. All right, we'll do another roast. This front end I like to do for the roasts. It's a little bit thicker of an end, more full of meat. And we're averaging more viewers on YouTube right now than TikTok. Full-time YouTuber coming soon. Bye, TikTok. Only thing TikTok wants me to do is just slap my meat. I bet if I went live for a full hour and a half of just slapping my meat, I bet I could hit like peak viewers. What do I do with the fat? The fat that I don't need just gets thrown away. I know, it's a crime, I know. Nothing I can do in a grocery store with it though. So, what more can I do? Before I smack the meat, ask it to dinner first. What if I don't want dinner first? What if I ain't looking for that relationship? I just want to take it home. What if I just want to take it home, put it in the oven, and then eat it? I sometimes have hunters coming in asking for fat. I haven't had any hunters this year yet though, so it's a little weird. He's just trying to hit it. Hit it in. Mom! Check the, he's got a juice box on the way out. In the fridge or something. Always want some ribeye fat. Oh, it's the best fat. I tell them they get whatever fat I can accumulate for them. So if I was trimming up these eye of rounds, I'd be taking off this fat cap for them. Ribeye, I'd be saving the fat for them. New York, saving the fat for them. I apply for GF. Damn, you're fine. I think I have a friend who wants to do a little me versus 20 girls. So you can go ahead and hit the inbox, and I'll forward the message along. I'm just kidding. I appreciate the comment. Selective wording is such a turn on. What is the best for AJ barbecue beef? I have no clue what you're talking about. Tristan the ladies man equals new name. I wonder how many ladies we got in here on the meat army. Tristan's meat army. I wonder how many we got in here. You know, like Dumbledore's army, we got Tristan's army, but it's the meat army. They're only here for the meat. Just subscribed on YouTube. Thanks, Carol. I haven't had any hunters come in and ask for fat this year. So I don't know what's really going on. This is my first full year here. It's my second hunting season. I didn't get that many people last year compared to when I was in like Ridley's or out at Simmerly's. But I still figured I'd get more. Yo, dude! Cooking Wild, how's it going? What's good, bro? Nothing much. Just slapping my meat. I'm a senior meat cutter, 4 years now. I've been doing this about six and a half years. All I do on this fat cap on this eye round is I just try to I thin it up. You don't need such a thick cap of fat on your steak, especially with the price of beef nowadays. You'll have someone, if not all your customers, complaining that they're just buying this big old piece of fat instead of meat, which I could agree with. Paul, thanks for the follow. Most common complaint is being a butcher. Meat prices are so high. Is there no way that the meat price can go down? Why is meat price so high? Meat price is so high. 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 I hear it about 5 times a day. Anyone else? Cooking with Kunchi. Thanks for the follow. For A, barbecuers, and B, burgers. Burger would probably be Chuck. Ground Chuck would probably would make some amazing ground beef patties. And then just for barbecuing, tri-tip, your picanha, ribs, anything that you can barbecue for 4+ hours. Tri-tip, you need a big ass tri-tip. Picanha, same thing. But you know, like your ribs, chuck roast for some poor man burn ends, pork butt roast for some pulled pork, again chuck roast for some pulled beef. It just really depends on what you're looking for. I smoke everything, so even my burgers. So my burgers literally take like 15-20 minutes for me to make because I don't just high heat, done. I smoke them and then I put them over high heat and sear them and do everything. I've never voted in my life. I might this year though. Hint, hint. Elijah is homesick. No, Carly, you're fine. I don't need stew meats. I don't need the stew meats. Treat me right, Poppy. Oh my Lord. Y'all better listen to Kelsey. She'll kick your ass. What am I doing with the eye round? Just making some eye round steaks. These aren't steaks that you're gonna want to go and have a barbecue over, you know, but if you know you need some cheap steaks for your family, or you need some stew meat, go ahead and buy some eye round steaks, eye round roasts. What I would highly recommend you do. Don't just buy these for a barbecue. Your friends might never come over to a barbecue again. $2:09, we are making great time. Got one more bag for this eye round. One more eye round wiener. I bet if I called this a wiener from the beginning, I bet I could get so many people convinced that I'm trimming up a wiener. I would bet. Super tough. Yes, these are very tough. Good for very, very thin cut. You could do jerky with this, some beef jerky. Marinate it overnight in a bowl or in a bag, and then make some jerky with it the next day. And then, or just tenderize it. Just be like, yeah, this is all that skin that's around it. All this stuff that's kind of just hanging there. Those foreskin. I guarantee you, I can have someone fully believing this is a beef wiener. Like, just be like, look at this, just like, and then it grows. Tryster Moon, I appreciate you for tuning in. Have a good nap. What cut is that? This is a wiener. This is a beef wiener. Just kidding, this is a beef eye round. I already know there's going to be someone in here. Is he for real? No, I'm not for real. This is not a beef wiener, I promise you. What am I cutting? This is a beef eye round for eye round steaks. I got the roasts done. Got some of the steaks done. I just need one more of these. Some small packages, another family pack or two. You want a sharp knife because it really helps get, like, when you get underneath this fat layer, silver skin layer, when you have a really good sharp edge, you can hit that angle just right and just glide through it. God damn, it's cold in here today. I thought it would be bigger. It's not what she said. She's heard the stories. She said she thought it'd be smaller. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I'm dying, LMAO. It's Magic Johnson. Vegetarian most of my life. I'm vegan for the past decade, but my kids are not. I don't know how to cook meat or how to taste. What to recommend to start with. carne asada, go something thin, something that you're gonna have to not really chew. Or go some beef ribs, or just go all out. Go to one of the best restaurants you can find in your town and order a ribeye steak. I want to go hunting. Slap it like it owes me money. Had their door closed. It wasn't closed, it was cracked open. It was cracked on open so you could purposely hear with occasional, you know who that is, son boy? Have a good day. I don't understand what that was. Has anyone seen the third Terrifier yet? I just watched the first two, the last 2 nights. I want to see the third one so bad. Pops right next to me. Watching dirty videos. It's cold in Oklahoma. It's like 38 degrees in here today. Normally 40 to 42-ish. How about chill? How about, no, I'm good. I haven't seen it, but I want to. I want to too. I need someone to go with. I don't want to go by myself. I feel like if you go to movies by yourself when you're 28 to like 30 something, you are a hashtag loner. 79 here today. I think it said it was supposed to be 70 today, and then it was supposed to rain tomorrow. But before I went live, I looked at the temperature and it said it was supposed to be like 78 today, 75. I-round is definitely good for cube steaks. It's definitely what it's good for. All right, let's go wrap some meat. I'm gonna go put y'all over. Man, there's meat juice all over my phone. Almost looks like what it looks like in my room. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe. All right, we are straggling with this phone. I can set you there. Did I see your question? How long will a chuck roast last in the fridge? Meat only lasts about 5 to 6 days after it's been cut. So if it's longer than 5 to 6 days, I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm trying to get you set up over here. I think we got it. We got it. Gonna grab my meat rack now. Viola. All right, let's start on the New York strip steak since that's what's on top. 13.04 at $13.99 a pound. Okay? $13.99 a pound. Would it be good in chili? Yes. Chuck roast would be good in chili, I think. If you it'd be a different kind of chili. It'd be like a pulled beef chili, shredded beef chili, which actually sounds really good. I don't like how these phones are located. All right, since we are certified Angus beef, every one of these beef packages is going to get a certified Angus beef sticker. Excuse me, blame my mom. I got that from her. Who just followed? Kayla, thanks for the follow. Sorry, I don't know why I said Kyla. I meant to say Kayla. 22.6 thousand likes. Let's go. TikTok's on a roll today. YouTube's on a roll today. It's a good day. Y'all got me a little bit confused over on YouTube. I have no clue. Did I answer your question correctly with the chili, or? Worked in a meat shop in college. What were you going to college for? Was your degree worth it, or was it a waste of money? Only asking because most people that I know that went to college for something that wasn't a trade said that was a waste of money. Prefer dry aged beef? I've actually never had dry aged. I've had Wagyu, A5 BMS 12 Wagyu. That's best Wagyu that you can get. Just saying hello. Hello, Jerica. Got yourself a southern there accent, eh? I hate these really small packages. I don't know what it is, but they just don't want to. Give me the wrap how I would like to wrap it. $13.02 at $14.99 a pound. You do this long enough, you get codes memorized, you get prices memorized. Don't know what's going on. Sorry, YouTube. Hopefully that fixed. And that is cut like 40 viewers. Flick. What's ground chuck? Ground chuck. Anything ground makes ground beef. Butcher, I assume I'm a meat cutter, a meat department manager. I just cut the primals that come out of the boxes. Keeps lagging here and there. TikTok has good service. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Whole lot of questions. Stand by me. Stand by me. pretty much all I got to do after we get all this wrapped is just clean up everything. You want to know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put a new roll of price tags in before I started. So I might have to stop here in a second, I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure this is about to run out. I bet we get down to the top sirloin. Halfway through the top sirloin, I bet. A random piece of fat that was just chilling, I didn't like it. Price of beef is too expensive right now. I'm trying to keep it down as best as I can, but nothing we can do with the shape the U.S. is in right now. You got the government upcharging everything, so then you got feed prices that the farmers have to order. You have their prices going up. You have fuel prices going up, so all the fuel that they have to use to haul hay around, to get the cows from point A to point B, and then to point C, and then to point D, and then to get taken to the slaughter, and then to get taken to the packaging plant. The price of everything's just so skyrocketed through the roof that you can't even just do anything anymore. So we need to drill, baby, drill. Help our prices get the hell back down. My favorite's a tri-tip. It's a pretty good cut. I love a tri-tip roast. I love smoking them. Turn the phone so you can see me rapping a little bit better. I have two phones over here. Like I don't have so much room. I only have so much room. Shit. Someone asked, "What you cutting?" And all I could think of, "What you doing?" Hey, Phineas, what you doing? Do I know what part of the tri-tip steak is cut from? Yeah, from the tri-tip roast. I'm just kidding. It's like down here. Like if your cow is all on fours, you got the head, you got the front legs, the chest, the ribs, and then the back legs. It's on that inside of one of those back legs. More up towards the belly. Delmonico is $7 a pound. I don't know what a Delmonico is. We don't have those types here in Idaho. We got tri-tip for $9.99 a pound for a roast. The small package of steaks, $10.49 a pound. And then the family pack packages back down to $9.99 a pound. Tuber steak. What's a tuber steak? Do I have ribeye? I do have ribeye. I'm out though. I forgot that I cut my last bone-in rib loin the other day. I think it was Monday. And one I ordered yesterday, I forgot. to order it. So all I'm gonna have for the rest of the week till Monday is T-bone porterhouse steaks in New York. Idaho State tuber, potato state. Yeah, we're potato state. I don't know what you mean by tuber though. A standing rib roast, it's prime rib. Your standing rib roast is your ribeye roast. So instead of cutting it down into steaks, after it's in a roast form, you just leave a hole, and that's standing rib roast. Bone in normally. Royal Juice, thanks for the follow. Do I get hanging beef? We do not. Most, if not every grocery store deals with primal beefs. So that means they come in, all the primals come in cryovac, and then we take that roast or primal and cut it down into steaks for you. The hanging beef is going to be at your butcher or your meat plant. Do I cut the bone off and then tie it back on my rib roasts? Yes. During the holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, yes. It's about the only time you ever see people buy a rib roast. Too expensive otherwise. Oh, I've never heard of that before. Hey, Nitro, I wouldn't recommend that. I'm sure you might go a little insane doing that. If not, you might already be there asking them questions. A potato is a tuber. I'm also 53. Gotcha. I've also lived here, born here, moved away from here, moved back to here. And I've never heard anyone call it a tuber state before. Anyone's taking bets on when I'm going to run out of price tags, I am on the top sirloin, and I will say I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out by the time I hit the last package of this top sirloin. Don't do that. I got goosebumps down my back because I hurt my ear. Tip on making a steak tender, marinate it. Marinate it or smoke it, and if you can't smoke it and all you have is an oven, still low and slow. 200, 225, 230 makes it even better. Slow and slow everything. It's what I do. Burgers, ribs, steak, carne asada, everything I cook gets smoked. What's the time there? It is 2:33 here. I'm trying to stay here till about 4. So I'm right on track, I'd say. Stop! It's like nails on a freaking chalkboard. I don't like it. Do you grind or add water before you wrap the package? Nope. Sounds like a conspiracy theory that you've heard off of the YouTube or some Facebook. You don't dye the meat. No dye going into the meat. No water going into the meat. No brine going into the meat. No rotten steaks going out on the counter unless you're a loser. You don't like your job. There's no color added. There's no brine added. There's no water weight. There's none of that. As you can see, y'all saw me open the bags. Y'all saw me trim them up. Y'all saw me cut them. Now we're wrapping them. I haven't done any of that. $133 in Arizona, $235 here in Idaho. It's night there. Where are you at? Watching at 2 a.m.? Oh shit, where the hell are you at? You over there in like you over in like Japan or something. Did I miss the savings thing again? We don't have that. What? Oh, the daylight savings? I don't think. I don't think we had that. Hasn't been daylight savings yet, has it? That shit's like in a couple weeks, isn't it? In London, half an hour. I want to go to London. Japan's on my list first, though. Sorry, there's some 80s music playing on in the background right now. Daylight saving ends on the weekend, November 2nd. Gotcha. Everything is expensive though. I don't know if I can go there. I'll be broke. Alright, I might be wrong. I guess it's gonna run out on the petite. I wanted to say petite, but I thought it would run out on the top sirloin. Yeah, Arizona doesn't do the daylight saving, so when we switch our time, when we go forward, you guys stay on the time that we were, and then when we go backwards, we go back to the same time, or we go backwards and then we're not on the same time, and then we go back forward and then we're on the same time. I don't know which one it is, but I also just learned like 7 months ago that Arizona isn't part of the daylight saving. I always thought it was weird, which I think is weird. Spring forward, fall back. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yo! Got another Tristan in the chat. Que pasa, amigo? We will be going back an hour. Give me my fucking sleep back. Yeah, buddy. She wants to make up. I got one more tag in here. Uno más tag. That's even if it prints it. tuna. I like tuna. I don't like things that smell like tuna, but I like tuna. Can't do that. I can do that fancy flip doing roasts. I could do this rip doing. I could do that flip doing anything. Anything that fits in this package and I can wrap it, I get to do the fancy flip. I can do the fancy flip. Yep. It printed it. Okay, cool. Nope, it did not print it actually. There's no name. There's no name for these steaks on this package. I gotta grab a roll of tags. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Don't get your panties in a wad now. You bitch, you being difficult. Took off an extra 3 tags. Come on. Damn paper. I'm gonna grab the trash can really quick. All right, I'm gonna show you all this. So we got these 2 little things that hold it all in here. We got this that holds the initial roll in, and we got this that makes it spin. Just pull that out. And if you want to have a little bit of fun back here, you do stuff like this. Now I got a big mess. Double tap. Ricky, thanks for the follow. Gotcha. It's pretty cool, ain't it? It's pretty entertaining. Just gotta take off the rest of this. Okay, now, see that? YouTube phone's dying. 20% battery. Put this on here. Get nice and tight. And then we get all back. Who wants to stay in how it's supposed to? Jesus. Make sure it's on track and that should work. How about that? Bada bing, bada boom. Like it was brand new. That was pretty cool. Trying to show you all new things. Low-key getting a little cold in here though. I'm gonna have to start wearing long sleeves back here. Also, I got a question for all you ladies out there. If there's any ladies in here. Y'all wanted equal rights. The woman does a lady want that she's interested in me. At what point does that happen? Do I ever do lean beef or steak? Yeah, I do lean ground beef. But it's not. It doesn't sell as good as my 80/20. You know what I mean? I feel like all of us guys got that same thought process. Wanting to take a girl out, you know, I'm always up for it. At what point do I get to get taken out though? Equal rights, equal dates. I don't know if I want any women to answer that. I feel like I'm getting hounded now. I need one of them fucking Men in Black things. Look at this real quick. You don't remember what I just asked. You don't remember any question that I just asked. Let me know when. I'm available every other week. And this week I'm fully available. I'm a loner this week. I've got no kids. I have an email. I have an Instagram. Messaging works both ways. Okay, thank God we're getting to the higher realms. I'm actually getting cold. I want to go step outside. I do hand wrap. We don't have an automated wrapper here. And even if we did, I still wouldn't use it because automated wrappers suck. At least every one that I've ever used. Why do some things have the white thing in the middle and some don't? Are you talking about the soaker pad? Don't think you want my answer. Well, at what point in my life do I get to stop wasting my money on a chick who's just gonna cheat on me? At what point does she have to wasting money on me? Even though I'm a nerdy guy. I'm a nerdy guy who watches anime and plays video games. I don't got time to cheat. But they're the time saver. I don't need time saver. I need something to help me get my hours. That's why I love doing TikTok too right now. So I get to bullshit, hang out, make dirty jokes. And it helps me stay here at work longer. Cassie, thanks for the corn. Back you up with it. You want to know they aren't players before you pay. Exactly. Thanks for the corn. I appreciate it, Cassie. I can't really slap my meat. I got protected meat. I'll give you a protected meat slap. Ice cream cone. I'll give you more protected meat slaps. Appreciate it, Cassie. All right, so here's the eye of round roast. Someone was saying that they didn't think I was going to be able to do my meat wrap flip. Kai, Deborah, thanks for the follow. I'll show y'all. It's easy as hell to wrap this. Big old roast right here. Right. Voila! It's like I'm a professional at this or something. What pretty eyes I have? My eyes are dilated as shit. What you mean? That's a medical problem. I ain't tripping. The pumpkin. The guy. What do you mean? I've seen a couple. I started the whole meat cutting trend going live on TikTok. Bearded Butchers started making videos. I started the live. And I can tell you right now, everyone else who goes live is boring. I'm not trying to up myself, but they're boring. They don't talk. They don't communicate. They don't slap their meat. That's what everyone's here to tune in. You want to watch me slap my meat. Appreciate the gifts, Cassie. Really appreciate it. Again, for anyone who's not following on the YouTube, subscribe. 1,000 subscribers. We're doing a Tristan the Meat Man shirt and a knife giveaway. If we somehow hit 7,500 by the end of the year, I'm shaving. I'm going bald. We going bald. And I'm not gonna look pretty. So like I'm in a do it but don't do it please type of thing. Mark, thanks for the follow. Take your man on dates, take turns. I don't cheat. But no, I have a pupil dilation problem for anyone who's curious about my pupils being constantly dilated. I don't have a fresh butcher block. Everything that I grind gets put onto a tray and then wrapped. My trim, I dump into the grinder and then I grind it out into my trim bucket. And then I dump it back into my trim or into my grinder, and then I let it mix for five minutes, and then I grind it out. So it goes through it technically twice, but the one time is to grind it down. If I do the tubes, like the 80-20 10-pound tubes or the 93-7, or if we have 85-15 on sale, I just cut the tubes open, empty the meat into the grinder and mix it, turn the mixer on for 5-7 minutes, and then just goes through the grinder that one time because it's already been through the grinder before it got packaged up. But my mom gave me these fucked up eyes. I got pretty blue eyes, but they're fucked up. It's either too much light, so my eyes are not enough light, so my eyes are dilated. So like I really don't know what a normal lit room looks like, if I'm being honest. So I don't go outside without my sunglasses, so. Remember wrapping meat when you worked in the meat department? Well, that's how it works. It's kind of like a fluffer position. You get the meat ready. If anyone doesn't know what a fluffer is, then you're too young. Where am I at now, man? I'm still in Twin Falls, or one of the small surrounding towns of Twin Falls, but live in Twin Falls. No, I don't vacuum seal them. Vacuum sealing is good for when you have like beer butchers. They have a cooler, but most of their meat goes into a freezer so that those vacuum seals can keep that meat fresh longer. This is all fresh though. There is no frozen meat getting frozen. This goes up to the counter and it either sells or it doesn't sell. If it doesn't sell, it gets thrown away. If it can get reduced before it can get thrown away, then it gets reduced. Got one more package to wrap up right after this. So we are nearing the end of this. So if you are not subscribed to the YouTube, make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube. I'm sure everyone wants a free Tristan the Meat Man shirt and a free knife once we hit 1,000 subscribers. It only happens if we get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If we go into New Year still under 1,000, I'll have some other giveaway thing going when we get to 1,000, but it will not be a knife and a shirt. So make sure we get there by the end of the year. But that is it for the meat cutting and the meat wrapping of today's live. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate you all for tuning in today. YouTube held at like 100, like average like 70 to 100 a day. That's absolutely insane. Only for my second YouTube live. I love you all and I appreciate you. TikTok, we reached, look at that, 23.8 thousand likes. Appreciate you all. Appreciate the new followers. If I somehow missed your gift, I'll send you a finger heart, because that's about all I can do back to you. And I greatly and deeply thank you and appreciate you for the support. Make sure you subscribe over here to the YouTube. That's where it's at for me, just right here. And gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. I'll see y'all next week or maybe sometime later this week.